How did my mother-in-law steal my baby? When I first met Helen, I thought she was just another uptight mother-in-law type, polished, cold, fake smiling her way through dinner. But she didn't just dislike me, she hated me. She'd introduce me at family parties as Michael's cousin, not his wife. Once even spilled red wine on my dress and just laughed it off. Michael would squeeze my knee under the table to stop me from reacting. Every Sunday at her house was a battlefield. She picked at everything. My cooking was bland, my style was lazy, my hair looked tired. Michael tried to stand up for me, but she wore him down. Still, I held out hope. When I got pregnant, I was sure that would change things. Michael cried tears of joy. 2 days later, his brother James announced his wife Sarah was also expecting. And just like that, Helen lost her mind over Sarah's pregnancy. Huge baby shower, catered food, even an ice sculpture. I got a wrinkled dollar store card with a baby sticker on it. When Sarah had her baby early while James was out of town, Helen didn't post a single thing. Super weird, since she normally live streamed her damn Target runs. Then, the day before my due date, Helen stopped by with herbal tea to help with anxiety. I drank it to be polite. A few hours later, I was in brutal labor, emergency C-section. I woke up groggy, with Helen by my side, smiling like she just won a prize. She offered to help while I healed. I was too drugged to fight it. She came every day with more healing teas that knocked me out. Our baby Thomas was always sick, crying, not eating well. Helen called him a special baby, and basically moved in. She took over, documented everything, acted like a saint online. At family dinners, she bragged about Sarah's baby like he was the second coming, while making me look like a mess. She started whispering that I was unstable, maybe even dangerous. Michael worked long hours, came home to find me exhausted and confused. I felt insane, the teas, the stress. I didn't even recognize myself. I begged for genetic testing. Something felt off. Helen exploded when I mentioned it, called me a traitor, a bad mom. I did it anyway, in secret, and I stopped drinking her tea. The results were clear. Thomas had a rare genetic disorder. I wasn't crazy. Michael and I finally got on the same page again. At the next family dinner, I laid it all out. Helen's face went ghost white. Sarah looked ready to faint. Then Helen stood up and pulled out a folder. Photos of our messy house, audio of me sounding drugged, statements from neighbors. She announced she was filing for emergency custody of Thomas. Michael tried to defend me until she played a recording of me rambling, barely coherent. And that's when I remembered something weird from the test, the parental markers. I ordered a new test. Thomas wasn't biologically mine. He was only 25% related to Michael. I kept that to myself. Called a family meeting and dropped everything. DNA results, timelines, everything. Helen collapsed, faked a heart attack. At the hospital, thinking she was dying, she confessed. Sarah's baby had the same genetic disorder. Helen freaked out over what it would mean for their perfect family, so she swapped the babies. The tea had induced my labor. She drugged me and switched the babies while I was unconscious. She kept drugging me to keep me confused. All the evidence? It was her plan to make me look unfit, just in case. Michael and I rushed to Sarah's house to get our real baby. She refused to open the door. She screamed that she'd bonded with him. Turns out, she knew. She'd known. Helen told her it was temporary, just until the sick baby got stronger. But the lie stuck. It took months of lawyers, custody battles, therapy. Meanwhile, we had both babies in our house. I looked at Thomas and finally saw it. He looked like Sarah. I'd missed it. I was too sedated to see. Michael and I sat there, stunned, trying to figure out what life even was anymore. Then Sarah came back. She asked to see Thomas. He calmed instantly in her arms. She cried. She told us everything. How Helen swore it was for the best. How she felt trapped but couldn't undo it. How she thought we'd eventually switch them back. Click the full story to see what happened next.